Hello folks, this is the Dude's Motor Vlogs. I'm your boy Mad Dog. I'm going to be showing you how to change oil on your motorcycle today. This is specifically on a CRF230L 2008 model. Let's get to it. Alright folks, what you're going to need is a 3/8 ratchet. It's nice to have these ratchets that are extendable. It's a 24mm socket. It's this plug right here. The best way to break these plugs loose is to tap on the handle. Don't just put brute force, tap on it. See, that's much easier than putting brute force into it. And you have less chance of breaking stuff or stripping something out. Let that drain a minute. When you pull this out, see there's a plug with a spring, and that spring holds a little screen in there. It only holds one cord, so I mean it doesn't come out that fast. That's a little screen there. It's always nice to have some paper towel too. Alright folks, if you want to get a little extra out, you can sort of lean the bike towards the side, to the left side. More oil will come out. I already did this twice off camera, but I was just doing it again to show you. I didn't realize the camera wasn't recording. Alright folks, what you're going to want to do, see this filter? It's not really a filter, it's just a screen. Just want to take a little bit of brake clean, some kind of brake clean, and spray it off a little bit. Take your filter now that's cleaned off. You can blow on it because brake clean dries really fast. And blow that brake clean off. You can take a rag if you want. It doesn't really matter. I just try to dry it off so it's dry when you go to put it back in there. It's not soaked in brake clean. Alright. And this is your spring. And this is the cup here. I just dump out what's in here. So you kind of get a little bit of black residue in there. I just wiped it out with a rag. Or some paper towel. See, it's nice and clean. I left the oil, see on there's an O-ring there. I just leave a little bit of oil on that O-ring so it doesn't want to rip when you put it back in. This is your spring here. Goes like this. I don't think there's a right and a wrong way with the spring. It looks like the same on both ends. So that goes back in here. Actually goes like this, because that pushes in like that. If you were wondering, see that filter? See there's like an O-ring, and there's a screen, and there's a spring, and this. So that's how it goes together. helps if you get a little bit of oil off your hand so you can turn it once you put it in there. It kind of fights you with that spring. You got to push in to get up to the threads, and it's aluminum thread, so you don't want to cross thread it. So you kind of gotta be careful. Once you get it in there, turn it with your hand so you don't, make sure you don't cross thread it because it's just aluminum. That's all the way in with my hand. Then I'll take the wrench and tighten it up. It's a 24 millimeter. You just snug them, you don't have to go that tight. It is aluminum. Just wipe it off with a rag when you're done so it doesn't drip in your garage. If you want to make sure it doesn't drip, spray a little brake clean on it. That way it can't drip, because brake clean will clean off just about anything. It's oil. Then you want to get yourself a funnel that's narrowed, probably 3/8 of an inch a hole. And you want to take a rag and wipe it out so you don't have a bunch of dirt and dust in it. Looks clean to me. Alright, now for this portion of the video, you gotta put oil in it. So I turn the bike around so you can see it better. You gotta take this fill plug out. And see, this fill plug has this O-ring on it. But you want to take a rag or a paper towel or something and wipe the dirt off there, because this is a dirt bike. Even though I did yesterday, I just thoroughly washed this thing, but there's still dirt on stuff, you know, like where you can't get and wash. Got the dirt off that, and see this O-ring how it wants to come off? Wipe the rest of the dirt off there. Just push it all the way to the top. See it like that. That's how it's supposed to be. For some reason it wants to come off. And while you're doing it, wipe around this and wipe the dirt off it. Stick your funnel in there like that. And for oil, I just got regular 4-stroke oil from Honda. It's 10W30. It holds 1 quart. I don't put synthetic in this bike. I have put synthetic in it and it didn't seem to help any, so I just put regular oil in it because it's half the price. This is 5 something a quart and synthetic is like 10 something a quart, so why spend twice as much if it doesn't shift any better? You can just dump it all in there, but it goes kind of slow. If you go too fast, it kind of overfills and it'll come out the fill plug there. See, it's filling up in the funnel, and when it does that, it leaks out here. So just stop a second, let it go down, and I'm pouring it slow. Mosquitoes are out here. One other tip, when you go to pour this, if you pour it with the spout like this, it doesn't splash as much. It's easier to pour. You can let that sit there a minute and drain. Alright folks, so that's pretty well done dripping. That's about all it's going to do. If you put the oil funnel back in here, some of it will drip in here instead of dripping on your floor. Save you a little bit of a mess. Get yourself a paper towel or something. Wipe the end of this off. Push it back in there. You just want to stay on this bike where it's straight up and down. And the real way to check this on a Honda, you just put it in here like that and pull it out. You're not supposed to thread it down in there. See, when I do that, it's right on full. So you're good to go. That's all there is to it. This is your boy Mad Dog. One other thing I wanted to add to when you change oil, any of these motors that the engine and transmission's all together, and to protect your clutches and the transmission, always use oil that says motorcycle oil, because motorcycle oil is set up for manual clutches, so you won't mess up your clutch. Because you put regular engine oil, like that's for your car, you put that in your motorcycle, it'll mess up your clutches. And believe me, I've done it, and I paid the price for doing that when I was a kid and didn't know no better. Now that I'm a certified mechanic, I use oil that you're supposed to use for what you're using it for. You can even use, see like this says motorcycle, you flip it over, see it says for ATVs, motorcycles. So it's wet clutch compatible. It won't mess up your wet clutch. That's why I just use the Honda oil, sort of saves you the trouble. And two, on these engines, it's 1030 on these CRF230Ls. Because normally you just buy, you know, like Valvoline 1040, but at Walmart or whatever, but you can't find it in 1030. And this bike will shift hard if you put 1040 in it. It's designed for 1030. Sounds silly until you do it, but I've put 1040 in this bike. It's hard to shift. So, some stupid reason Honda uses 1030 when everyone else uses 1040, but that's the end of the conversation. I don't know if you can hear me or not over the motorcycle, but when you're done, you want to start it up, make sure it doesn't leak. See, no leaks. No leaks. Alright folks, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if there's something else you want to see me work on. I am a certified mechanic, so no job too small, no job too big. Alright, thank you. So that's the end of the video.